Can we start off by chatting about this new album that's coming out?
Absolutely.
It is,
what new album?
New?
Yeah, new? So how long have you guys been waiting for the release? Like, how long has it been done?
The record's been done for about 5 months, but we didn't actually get the masters back till probably March or February. Yeah. So I guess only like a couple months.
We've been, the writing process started in January of 2010.
Yeah.
So we've been kind of living this record for a long time. It hasn't been finished, but we've been a huge part of it for over a year now.
So with 2 years, or longer, out on the road, how have you guys found time to record and do everything?
We didn't really take a pause from touring last year very much. We would record for like 3 or 4 weeks, then go on the road for a month.
Yeah, our time off would just become studio time. So most bands, let's say they tour for 2 months, have a month off, tour for 2 months, whatever.
Right.
Instead, we would tour, record, tour, record, tour, record, and it was just non-stop. Which is fine, recording is a good time, and it's much easier than touring as far as on your body and whatnot. So it worked out.
So what are the plans for after this tour?
I guess we're headed over to, we're going to prep for this release for a month to fly into different places and do performances for radio stations and for kids and promo. But then we're going to do a month in Europe.
Okay.
We're doing festivals and stuff, and then we're going to come back here and do a headlining tour.
Yeah.
In U.S. Canada.
So, festivals versus smaller club shows like this.
Right.
You have a preference?
It's kind of apples and oranges. European festivals, the ones we're doing, are an incredible thing because it gives you the chance to play with bands that you really would never get to play with, or at least in a reasonable world. Bands like Linkin Park, we've done Limp Bizkit, Foo Fighters, and it's just you really have a chance to grab some new fans because you have thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands of people.
You've never heard you heard your band.
You never know, yeah, but they're just there to listen to music, and sure enough, it really helps out. Whereas shows like this, everyone's here to see you, so that's a very added bonus too. So it's two different experiences. One's kind of like pushing yourselves onto new people, and the other one is just giving the people that already like you a really good show.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
A ton of summer music festival coverage for PCM and everything. And I'm wondering, do either one of you have a favorite memory from a summer festival?
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year we got the pleasure of doing a European festival with Blink.
Do you mean going to them as fans or playing?
How about both?
Okay.
All right. Well,
Sorry.
yeah.
Because I know you have an answer for both.
Yeah. Last year we got the pleasure of doing a European festival tour, Blink-182, and it was obviously a dream come true.
Huge dream, yeah.
And we got to watch their set every night and from the side stage, and it was pretty awesome. It was a pretty cool thing to do.
Really nice to us. Really good dudes. And that was for sure my best festival memory. But as far as going to one, I went to Warped Tour in 2000 and I guess it was 2003, 2002 with Alex and Jack. We met up and just a bunch of friends, and that was my first music festival I'd ever gone to, and really opened my eyes up to what the possibilities are at these festivals and stuff. It's really cool.
Share with us about the recording process for this album.
Dirty work?
Did you try anything different?
It was the recording process for this album was very similar to the recording process for Nothing Personal. It was a lot of being a couple weeks with one producer and then switching to another producer. Mike Green did a majority of it, and then Matt Squire did some of it, and John Fields, Butch Walker. So we jumped around against different producers.
It was similar in that sense in the way it was actually done, the way we scheduled it all, but the difference is that this time around we were all a ton more confident in ourselves and in our band, and we kind of just, instead of playing to please a producer or playing to please what we thought the label wanted, we really just played to please, to make the record that we wanted to make. And this record shows through it. The sound of it, the lyrics of it, everything about it is just more us, more personal. No pun with Nothing Personal, but it's actually more personal.
We should have called it Something Personal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this new album, Dirty Work, I know I've read so far. You're working with Rivers Cuomo, and you're also working with Miss Maya from The Sounds. Awesome band.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about working with new people for this album?
Oh man, I mean, the Rivers thing was an absolute honor.
Yeah, working with Rivers was definitely an honor. It was an experience because that dude is insane, but it was funny. He's a really nice guy, and the song came out great. And Maya was an interesting thing because we wrote the song, or Alex wrote the song and was like, I think we should get a girl on this track, and he automatically thought of Maya from The Sounds, and he emailed her manager, and she was like, yeah, sure, I'll be down.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to be there while she recorded it, but she went with Mike Green, and we heard it back, and it was perfect. I mean, it wasn't even like, try this, it was just, she nailed it, so.
Very cool.
Was it hard to switch hats between producers, with each one probably bringing a little something creatively to the table?
I think it's better that way, honestly. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a time where we do a record with one producer, and I'm sure it'll turn out great. But there's something to be said about having a little bit of, like, you know, you have the four of us giving, like, you know, all of our input, and then having one other person that's, you know, been around and recorded tons of bands to have sprinkle their own little ideas onto it. It's great.
I mean, it makes for a dynamic record.
Yeah, exactly. Much more dynamic.
Did you guys feel any pressure with this being like the major label debut album?
Not so much with the major label. I think mostly just to please our fans.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing personal, and So Wrong Try, Put Up or Shut Up were really big records for us. And
it's funny, the whole process with the major label, like, you know, you hear stories about creative process being, like, restricted, and it was none of that. It was, and even like when our A&Rs were in the studio with us, it was all just positive, like, that sounds great, you know. It was a relief, because we had never been on a major. We don't know what it would have been like. You know?
We heard horror stories.
Yeah, you hear all those stories. That's pretty much all you hear.
And they're like, oh, they told us we can't do this.
Exactly.
They told us
to
change.
I mean, I think it's different because we're a band that has established fan base. We have people. They understand that what we do is working, and I guess they probably respect.
Yeah,
that.
Exactly. But yeah, so we're lucky.
So speaking of your fan base, I know you all are pretty active on Twitter and all the social media stuff. What's the strangest thing a fan has ever asked you?
We get the weirdest tweets ever.
You know, there's a lot of tweets, and I want to say it's from, like, people that don't speak English as a first language, because there's a lot of like really bad. That's what I'm looking for. Like really bad slurs used towards us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you little. I'm not gonna say anything. But a lot of times it's like really intense, but then you look at like their tweets and they're all like in a different language, like Portuguese or something, so they don't really understand what it means. But every now and then I'll look at one.
We think they're trying to tell us they love us, but it's coming off a little strong.
Come back to Jakarta or I'll fucking kill all of you. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh my god. But yeah, then the next tweet will be like, I love you guys forever.
It's interesting.
So I like to look at music as a universal language that everyone can speak and understand, you know, and speaking of the language barrier there a little bit, we all take different messages away from it. What do you hope that your music speaks to fans?
Fun.
Yeah, just have a good time, don't take life too seriously, and don't forget about your loved ones, I guess, especially with this last album.
Yeah, it's this record, Alex lyrically touched base on the downsides, you know what I mean? All of our records have always been like all the good parts, and there's tons of them. But this record, there's some songs that kind of give you another look at the real side of Alex, like the more open side of him. And I think that, coupled with all the all the good things, will give fans. It'll make more relatable, and they can really open up what they feel the lyrics mean to them.
So is there a song in particular that you're referencing?
Not really. I mean, there's
Guts.
Yeah, the song Guts that Maya sang on. That's one of the more honest lyrically songs and I think that was about. You know, just the pressure of, writing a good song. But yeah, there's a good amount on there.
Yeah, I mean, I always heard artists say it's very hard to put their thoughts and feelings out there and then have other people take, a completely different approach from
Yeah, it's
what
pretty
they
funny when
actually
someone
meant.
would be like, is Remembering Sunday about
Someone who died?
somebody died? And I was like, no.
Figuratively.
Figuratively, yes, but it's literally about a girl who broke my heart.
Yeah. The inverse of that, though, is like, we put out that song, I Feel Like Dancing, which was supposed to be satirical and was supposed to be like a parody.
It's
Take
hilarious.
It lightly.
Like,
And
it's
we got,
awesome, I have to say.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun. We got tons of responses. These are the worst lyrics all-time lows ever written. I can't believe they wrote these lyrics. I'm like, dude, it's a joke. And that's like the opposite of, people taking lyrics that weren't supposed to be taken seriously and like making them feel like, what do you mean you feel crunk and everyone's crunk? You don't say that. It's like, dude, take it lightly.
You're not allowed, guys.
Kind of like the whole Friday controversy.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, we're not 13. If we're 13, it'd be a little bit easier to just say it. But exactly right.
So speaking of negative criticism, how does that affect you? You guys just get a kick out of it?
Honestly,
we don't really care.
It's whatever. As long as it's, people are going to hate our music as long as we write music. I don't care who you are. There's people that hate your music, and that's fine. And we've kind of just learned to okay, that's how it is. Fortunately, we seem to have more people that like our music than hate it. And so as long as we're happy with our music, and the fans are happy with our music, then everyone
We're
wins.
good.
So I see you sporting the clothing line. Show
Oh,
me
yeah.
what's going on with that.
Oh yeah, Ryan, where's yours?
I haven't used my 10% discount code yet.
This is Jack and Glamour Kills. It's just a clothing line I do through Glamour Kills.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So everything's successful with that and everything
Yeah, it's
so
fun.
far?
I mean,
Is it Hot Topic?
There's some,
show?
yeah, Hot Topic just picked it up.
That's cool.
It's good. Yeah.
And you guys have some in-stores with Hot Topic. Like
We're very involved with Hot Topic, which is a great thing because me and Alex used to literally sit in Hot Topics for hours on end and just hang out with the employees.
It's very true.
When we were in high school. So I guess we've just spent our entire lives dealing with Hot Topic.
Yeah, even still, like when Hot Topic first picked up our clothes, like sporadically in like very sparse stores across the nation, we'd always like pop in and be like, do they have it? Do they have our shirts?
Oh yeah.
So it's always been like an exciting thing for us.
I'm a former manager of Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
We've definitely built our career around Hot Topic.
Yeah,
I feel like,
we've
which is
really
great.
together. You know, Hot Topic has always been a huge store.
It's
obviously,
cool. You know, it's one of those companies that is about the music, and
It really
it's
is.
kind of hard to find that.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
So, what is the strangest rumor that you've heard about the band?
Some people still think that Jack and Alex are like,
Fucking.
yeah, having homosexual relations.
Which is true, but I don't know why they're talking about
It's
it.
just funny. It's like this. They always call it Jalex, Jalex, and it's just like.
I mean, we can't confirm or deny it.
Yeah,
But,
it's-
They
that's
keep it
just a
behind
rumor.
closed doors, right?
Yeah.
What
But
did
I
I
mean-
walk in on when I got here?
yeah.
Every other week, there's another band member that quit or that got kicked out.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just all. It's the
I
same.
think Zach has gotten kicked out 20 times
Yeah,
now.
20 sometimes.
Yeah, 20 times.
So I was reading another interview with you guys, and I heard that one of your memorable tour experiences happened in Allentown, where someone fell asleep in a hotel lobby.
Oh yeah,
Somewhere.
Alex.
Oh, yeah.
That was Allentown.
Was that here?
It was G. No, that wasn't GK. That was before that.
That was van tours.
Wow.
We were staying in a hotel.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we stayed at a hotel.
I just thought it was
and Alex got a
interesting.
little. Alex got a little inebriated. Woke up in the hotel lobby, started crying because he thought he was lost, and the hotel employee had to literally drag him back to his room.
Yeah.
And we still.
That was years ago when we were in a van when it hit the lights.
Yeah, it must have been like four years ago.
Oh. Go out on time.
He cries a lot when he's drunk.
Yeah, emotional guy.
So have you guys had that "we've made it" moment yet?
I don't know if you've ever had that we've made it moment.
We've never had it or we've had it many times. Like each time you kind of set a goal, and it's so hard to set goals because the way everything's moving. But we've gone through any imaginable goal we've ever set, and it's just every day it's just kind of like, oh, we're still doing this, And I don't know what the next monument could be that we're like, okay, this is it. But I think until we're the biggest band in the world, we're not going to think we made it.
That's good, and it's great to hear
Gives you
you
something to
guys
keep going.
remain grounded about it.
Oh yeah, we know. Yeah, exactly.
So, what was the first album you remember purchasing that made you say, "I've got to pursue music as a career"?
Probably Enema the State or All Killer No Filler.
Yeah, I think the one that made me want to pursue music as a career might have been the Live Blink record.
Yeah.
Like that made me change from hobby to okay, we got to do this. You can still have fun on stage, and you can still have personality on stage and play music. And for me, yeah. But Sum 41 was a good one too.
And we're working on another feature with PCM, and I'm curious to know, what is the nicest thing that anyone has ever done for you?
And this is gonna sound cheesy and trite, but we do meet and greets every day with fan clubs, and every now and then you'll get someone who comes up to you kind of privately on the side and says how much the lyrics or music has affected their life. And I know every band says that, but it is really, we never thought we'd be at this position in our career where lyrics or music just affected anyone on that much of a personal level. That's the best. I think it's the best thing for me, at least.
Yeah, you can't top that. It's like,
Someone
got me a gumdrop once.
So, what are some of the goals for this year? After any big plans for
World
release
domination,
day or
hopefully.
anything?
World domination with a new record.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as soon as this record drops, even before, we're just gonna be touring.
I hope to get this record way above, or I hope it goes above our expectations.
Maybe we'll get a plaque. Maybe we'll go gold.
Maybe we'll go gold. Maybe we'll go platinum.
If that still happens in this day and age,
I think it might. I don't know.
It happens once a year, I think.
Well, I mean, that's the whole digital market.
Yeah,
But we were discussing in the car on the way up here, albums versus digital downloads and everything being online now, and we're still the generation of CDs.
Yeah, absolutely. I know what you mean.
So, finally, to wrap things up, we're a pop culture website. So, is there an area of pop culture that angers or fascinates you in any way?
Anger? I don't think so.
One of my biggest fascinations with pop culture is how obsessed with relationships people are.
Yeah.
Public relationships.
Very true.
And it blows my mind because, once it's interesting to see like who is together, but then once they're together, after that, who gives a fuck?
The fascination they're just following.
Of like following that actual relationship. That's one thing that's always kind of like, yeah, it's actually interesting to see like who's dating who, which is I think kind of interesting. But then once they're dating, like,
have you seen the new Virgin Mobile commercial that they have actually? They're creating their own power couple, Spera. It's Spencer and Sarah, and they just say, "Oh, you're the new power couple."
Yeah,
Really?
you're gonna have a wardrobe malfunction, and they like blow something up on their outfit, and
that's pretty funny.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Great. Well, thank you guys
Yeah,
so
no worries.
much.
Thank you guys.
Sweet. Thank you.